What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Lucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee. I'm back with another Raw review, not top five, just a regular Raw review. Off the heels of Fastlane yesterday that I did not react to. Well, I saw it. The pay per view was fine. It was just a big. It was a big super show. The best things from the show was, I mean, the show was fine, but just really honestly, anything you could have saw on a Raw or SmackDown happened. Ali versus Riddle on a pre-show was really good. They did a great match. It's crazy how they do, how Riddle and Ali does such a good match, and Ali's been injured forever, so they have a great match. Matt Riddle wins because Ali told Retribution not to help him, so Retribution didn't help him, and he loses, and he goes crazy. Said, "Why didn't you help me?" And then he yells at everybody. Reckoning leaves, Slapjack leaves, and then T-Bar and Mace give him high justice, the double choke slam thing, and that's the end of that. Um, the tag team match was fine. Uh, both teams, they were not happy with each other, and then both teams got with each other, got together, and then at the end, Reginald helped them win, and then Bianca and Sasha went at it. Sasha slapped Bianca. Braun versus Shane didn't happen because Shane was training, and he got injured with his knee. So then he got Elias. Elias said, "You're my replacement," and then he beat him. Big E versus Apollo. Unfortunately, started off really good, but then it just ended. I think a lot of people think that it was a botch, the pinning thing, because it just kind of happened out of nowhere. And then even after the match, Apollo's like, "I'm not done with you," and then he beat him up. Some more, give him some Olympic slams, but it was a good start. Big E was giving spears through the turnbuckles, giving some splashes, and then he was giving some Germans from Apollo, and then the pin happened. It was crazy. What else? Alexa versus Randy Orton. Fiend came back. Alexa was toying with Randy Orton. He was throwing fire at her. She was throwing fire at him, and then the lights from the ceiling was coming down. And it was like, "Oh my God, you almost died, crazy!" And then went in the ring, fire, more fire. He dodged that. He went towards her, shoulder hit the post, and then the Fiend emerged, and then she pushed Randy to the Fiend, Sister Abigail. Alexa Bliss wins. Drew McIntyre. Oh wait, I'll get to that match in a second. Shinsuke Nakamura versus whatchamacallit, Seth Rollins was good. Um, they did a backstage thing with Matt Riddle. We don't talk about that, but the match itself was good. They went back and forth. Shinsuke got his good stuff in. There was a thing where Seth Rollins went to go for a stomp. I think like Shinsuke kind of ducked out the way, but like Seth got like his momentum, and he like kind of like stopped it and then kicked in the back of the head, which was kind of cool. Then hit it with a stomp, and then Seth Rollins wins. That was a good match. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, fire match. Unfortunately, Sheamus didn't win, but again, fire match. A match that we saw on Raw a couple of weeks ago. So I mean, exact same match. It was just still good, but it was just the same match. More theatrics. Sheamus went through like LED lights and sparks went crazy. Um, he put Drew McIntyre through the announce table. First, he gave him a bro kick over, and then he did like the Celtic cross thing. And then he went to get a piece of the end tape, and then reverse future shock DDT, and then Claymore. Drew wins. Great match. And then the main event, fantastic, crazy. I mean, Roman tapped out, but it didn't matter. Crazy. The match was great. Daniel Bryan was playing. He was toying with Roman Reigns because he said, "You can't out wrestle me." He was putting a whole bunch of techniques. Roman Reigns was doing muscle buster, muscle bustle. We were muscling our way out of this. Um, uh, Bryan went to go for a knee plus. Roman moves out the way, hits the ref. Ref hits a great bump. He falls out the ring. He's gone for the rest of the night. Boom, spear. Edge goes in the ring, counts to 2, kicks out, and then they're arguing. They're going back and forth, and then he goes after Bryan again, hits him with the label lock, and then he's like, "Are you gonna tap? Are you gonna attack?" Jey Uso comes, boom, super kick to Edge, boom, super kick to Bryan, and then he gets the chair for Bryan, and then he boom whacks him with the chair, hits him with and then Bryan gets the chair, looks at the ref, like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get disqualified," and then he was to hit Roman with the chair, hits Edge instead, pops him, and then boom, Superman punch from Daniel to Roman, on Roman, from Roman to Daniel Bryan. There we go. And then he's about to set up the spear again. Boom, caught him in the yes lock, had him in there for a long time, and then like maybe a minute and a half in, he's kind of fading. He just lightly taps. Roman Reigns taps, but it doesn't matter. Edge, boom, pops Daniel Bryan with his chair. Boom, pops Roman Reigns with the chair multiple times. And he said, "This is my moment. You ruined my moment for me." Flippy Daniel Bryan, and then he leaves. And then another ref comes after seeing all that. Roman covers Daniel Bryan, 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins. Crazy. Triple threat at WrestleMania. Okay, now on to Raw. Raw was, it was a show. It happened. There's no top 5. There's probably a couple of good matches. Started off with Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus. The match was fine, but they literally just had this match Monday before they had the Drew Sheamus match that they also had like 2 weeks ago, and then the week before that, before they had this match. So a lot of recycling, but the match was still fine. Hurt Business comes out. They tried to distract Bobby Lashley. They tried to distract Sheamus for Bobby Lashley. They're jumping in on him and stuff like that. Sheamus was about to get the win after a little bit of back and forth. Bobby Lashley had the upper hand, but a little bit back and forth. Cedric tried to get in the ring a little bit, slides out. He runs into a big chokeslam thing, and then he puts in the Hurt Lock. He taps out. He wins. Then Hurt Business comes out. They attack Sheamus. Drew McIntyre comes out. He beats up Cedric. He starts wailing on Bobby Lashley, or Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin was like, "Hey, all right, I'm going to get you later." And he goes in the ring with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley, "I'm champ." And they're jaw-jacking each other. And MVP's trying to calm Bobby Lashley down. It's like, "Nah, man, relax. Chill. Your time. You the champ. Don't let him get to you. You the champ. You the champ." And Drew McIntyre's like, "What? You scared?" He's like, "Hey, don't listen to him. Forget him. You the champ. WrestleMania, big money match. Don't do it now, because if you do it now, you're going to lose. We want you for a big money match, WrestleMania." And then they go backstage, and Her Business, they're proud of themselves. Seti and Shelton's proud of themselves. Like, we just helped you out. We just saved you. You mess with Her Business. You mess with all of us. And then they're both furious, and they're like, "Why are they so mad?" And then MVP was like, "You know what you just did? You just helped Bobby Lashley win. You helping Bobby Lashley win, that means that he couldn't handle Sheamus on his own. You made him look like a weak champion, that he couldn't handle Sheamus by himself. Trying to hand for people who lost the tag team championships." Got him. He said, "Hey, you're gonna make this up." He was like, "Now how are you gonna fix it up and make it up to us?" And then we find out later what happens. Next up, Asuka. She's facing Peyton Royce. Really good match. Really, really good match. Peyton, this is probably her best match that she's had. It starts off a little slow. Little kinks getting used to each other, but once it got on, man, they were hitting each other with the big finishers, the kicks, and the deja vu, which is a cool move still. Top rope double foot stomp on Asuka. Good stuff. Asuka was trying to do a couple of submission moves on Peyton Royce. She went for her big roundhouse kick. She moves, catches her in an Asuka lock, like wrestles her down, catches her in an Asuka lock. She taps out, and then, "This is my brutality." That's Rhea Ripley's music. She comes out. She makes her debut. And she pretty much says, "So, Asuka, I know Charlotte was supposed to challenge you for the title, but she kind of got COVID, so I'm challenging you now for the title." And then Asuka was like, "Sure, cool, yeah, I got you. Oh, you not ready for Asuka?" And she said, "I'm ready for Asuka, but are you ready for Rhea Ripley?" So that match is gonna be fire. Kind of a little weird that they the way they did that. It was like, yeah, by the way, Charlotte has COVID. She got the Rona, so she's not gonna be there. You know why? Because she has the Rona. It was like, oh, that's really weird. But apparently on Twitter, she's gonna be quarantined for like another week, so maybe she'll still be in that triple threat match. Who knows? Next up, Miz TV. Miz talked a lot. Pretty much said that he's like the only person who's been multiple time, like a two-time Grand Slam champion, more than Undertaker and Brock Lesnar and all these other people. Stuff that he keeps saying. He said Bad Bunny is great all over the place, but this is his world, and he got a long way to travel around for 20 minutes, pretty much to say that he challenges Bad Bunny to a match at WrestleMania. And then him and John Morrison is dropping a diss track next week, but there's like a little taste of it today, and it was trash. It was like something Bunny. Wasn't really paying attention. And then he said he's gonna give a taste of what he's gonna do to Jeff Hardy, and then Jeff Hardy came out, and then Jeff Hardy was like, "Hey man, you know that you can't beat me without your guy right there. So how about you bring him to the back?" And then Miz is like, "Okay." And he had John Morrison go to the back, and then the Miz beat Jeff Hardy without John Morrison. Yeah, this match was short. Miz pretty much dominated. There wasn't really Jeff got a couple of flurries during the beginning, but this was Miz. He won with a skull crushing finale. That was it. That was Miz wins. I was like, wow, dang Jeff, that's how it feels. That's how they feel about you. You lose, crazy. And then he's celebrating. Boom, Al Capone, Bad Bunny comes, pops Miz in the back with the guitar. And then he leaves. He grabs a mic. He said, "You want some of me? You want some of me at WrestleMania? I accept." Biatch. She called him the B word. Crazy. So that's a match that's gonna happen. I'm kind of excited for it. I want to see what Bad Bunny could do. I think he can do a good job. He's definitely winning. He's winning. If Kevin Federline beat John Cena, Bad Bunny's beating the Miz. That's just the thing that's happening. I'm just saying. Then after that. There was like a little backstage thing with AJ Styles and Omos. They're walking down the ring, and then Matt Riddle just goes, "Looking good there, Skipper." And then AJ was like, "Skipper? Not even Skipper. They just called me out in the Survivor Series when did the whole Survivor Series. Whatever. And I'm gonna teach Kofi Kingston a lesson." And then they do the thing, and then another segment, which was good, but it was also pretty much long. It was pretty long, but he just pretty much said that, hey, New Day are great, they're good champions, but hey, every dog has their day. We're the best. We're like Razor, or we're like Shawn and Diesel. Can't nobody stop us with my years experience, my great talent, and this big muscle man. Who's gonna stop us? Who can stop us? He was like, nobody. And then New Day come out. He was like, "Hey, last time I checked, you're not gonna beat us because you have to be an actual team, a team." He's like, "Look, you just there so you can ride his coattails." It's like, big man, he's just gonna bring you down. You're not even a real team. Look, y'all don't even know each other's, y'all don't even know each other like that. Hey, AJ, y'all best friends, huh? What's his favorite color? Easy, red. It's mauve. Mauve? That's not even a real color. He said that wasn't even a real color. He said, "Wow, AJ, what's his favorite ice cream?" "Vanilla bean." Butter pecan. Hey, AJ, who's his favorite WWE superstar? Easy. Boom. Give it to me. Phenomenal AJ Styles. Hey. Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant. See, look at that. Y'all don't even know each other. You're supposed to be there. He said Mob's not even the real color. Crazy. And AJ was like, that doesn't matter. Okay, we're still best friends. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get us against each other. Don't worry about it. Just know that I got his back because I helped him. I got his back. We're going to be tag team champions. He's like, hey, Jay Roxy started doing an AJ Rocks thing, and New Day was, hey, don't you do that. Hey, stop it. And then him and Kofi have a match, and Kofi doesn't have bad matches, so, I mean, this match was really good because AJ and Kofi don't have bad matches. And it was going back and forth. Kofi was a little dominant during a lot of it. He was taking him out, taking him down. And then he was about to go for a Trouble in Paradise. Boom, AJ hits him with the Enzuigiri. And then he gets the upper hand for a little bit, just starts taking him out. That was all good stuff. And then he does like a splash thing that he normally does. And then he was about to do the phenomenal forearm. And then Xavier Woods is on the outside. It was funny that if you listen closely, Xavier Woods was tromboning old school TNA version of AJ Styles' old TNA theme, which is actually hilarious. It probably would have caught me off guard too. I would have got caught off guard if he would have caught him off guard too. But that was actually kind of a funny touch. And then Omos comes trudging after them, and he's like, hey, big man, you're worried about me. You're supposed to be worried about your guy over there, and you just messed up. And then AJ's about to go for forearm. Nope, got caught. SOS 1, 2, 3. Kofi Kingston beats AJ Styles. They don't want none. Great stuff. Then after that, Sheamus has himself an interview with the new guy, Kevin something. And he pretty much just talks about, you guys beat each other to death. So why? So what do you think about him helping you? And then Sheamus pretty much just said, it's called respect. We have it for each other, but I didn't ask him to do that. So, that's just his ego wanted to do that. And then Matt Riddle comes, and he's like, hey, I got a question riding the scooter. And he's asking him a whole bunch of stupid questions. And Sheamus is just going on. He's like, yeah, hey, this scooter. It's like, oh, man, this scooter, this is a good scooter. He's like, yeah, man, it's a stallion scooter for a stallion, man. You got it, man. You got that. And then he takes and he beats Matt Riddle with the scooter, which means Sheamus should be United States champion. It's going to be great. They also did a thing where Adam Pearce also had asked Drew McIntyre why he helped Sheamus. He was like, hey, we went through hell, we went to war, and at the end of the day, he's still my brother, and 2-on-1 attacks is crazy. And then they said they challenged him to a 2-on-1 handicap match, and he was like, I really think it's a stupid idea, and I don't think I should accept it, so I should run it by you before I accept it. He was like, hey, it's not a bad idea. He was like, how about we make it interesting? 2-on-1 handicap match. If I win, then they're going to be barred from ringside. He said, deal. So do you know what that means? 2-on-1 handicap match. That's Drew McIntyre's specialty. He lives on 2-on-1 handicap matches, and he wins because of course he does. So this was Drew was in control, pretty much dominating Shelton Benjamin, and then Seti got in there for a little bit. He went after the legs and the knees, and then they took him out a little bit, and then took him tagged back into Shelton Benjamin, where they wore him down, and then Drew hit a big clothesline, tagged him back in, and then he started going crazy on both of them, throwing them like a bunch of crazy people. And in the end, boom, Claymore to Shelton Benjamin. awesome looking Claymore to Cedric, and then pins on 1, 2, 3, and Drew McIntyre beats former tag team champions Hurt Business 2-on-1 handicap. Crazy. Still a good match though. And then after the break, they go to backstage. MVP is like, you guys, former Raw tag team champions, lost to Drew McIntyre. 2-1 handicap match. You guys are kidding me. And then Bobby gets in there. He's so mad. He was like, you know what? You guys suck. I'm about to replace you. And then he goes in the locker room and gets the whole 24/7 division and pretty much just put a bounty on Drew's head. Anyone wants to step up? You want this title that I don't have a title? I'm going to probably buy one eventually. You want this title? Then you got to earn it. I want somebody to end Drew McIntyre, pointing at Ricochet. Ricochet. End Drew McIntyre, and I will give you a shot at the title. And then Ricochet was like, yeah, that's a great idea. I should do that. I'm with the Goon Squad. And I'm gonna do that. So that should be interesting. What they're gonna do instead of chasing R-Truth, they're gonna be chasing Drew McIntyre for 3 weeks. It's gonna be great. After that, there was a song from Shane and Elias. It was about Braun being stupid. They pretty much just said last night he wasn't ready, he wasn't prepared, short notice, all that other good stuff, all that. And then Braun came out and they had the match, and they did this weird train sound effect thing. You're true. When he went around and did this thing where he goes out and starts tackling people. Yeah, he did that. That was a thing that happened. I was like, no, it didn't. I didn't just hear Thomas the Train. I didn't just hear it. I heard it, and it made me sad on the inside. But anyway, this match was just as short as the last match that they did yesterday. Braun wins, power slam, and then Shane McMahon goes from behind on Braun Strowman. Boom, crutches to the back, and then Braun just looks at him and is like, "You are an idiot." He was like, "All right, enough of the games, enough of this, enough of that. I'm tired of you calling me stupid. One way to settle this: me and you, WrestleMania." And then Shane McMahon said, "Yeah, WrestleMania. Yeah, I got you. WrestleMania. Woo, WrestleMania, baby. Yeah, got it. Woo." Money. Pick the stipulation. WrestleMania. Idiot. Stupid. That's pretty much. And then they announced the night 1 and night 1 matches for Mania. Night 1, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. And Miz versus Bad Bunny. And then night 2, Roman versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka, probably versus Charlotte. And this new match that's about to be announced, Randy Orton versus the Fiend. Randy Orton comes out, says he's tired of this Bill Sugar Honey Iced Tea, and he wants him to come out. Alexa Bliss comes out with a cool, every single type of theme song she had mashup. She was like, "I told you to be careful what you wish for," and then she and then the Fiend emerges behind him. He's like, "The Fiend, oh my God, it's crazy." And then he gets the thing that he has in his hand. He unveils it, and it's gasoline. And then he opens his, yeah, that's gasoline right there. And then he pours it on the Fiend, who's just standing there. And then he's about to light it. And then he comes towards her, RKO, out of nowhere. And then Alexa Bliss comes forward as he's about to do something. He looks at her and is like, "Oh, I doubt RKO you again." And then he turns around, he's back up, and he goes after her, hits him with the mandible claw, Sister Abigail. And then Alexa Bliss points at the sign. So the sign determines everything. So the sign, when you point at the sign makes the matches. So you point at the sign. So it's official. Randy Orton versus the Fiend, Night 2, WrestleMania, end the show. I wonder if Adam Pearce, like, if they tell ask Adam Pearce to do something, they'd be like, yeah. Let me look at let me ask the sign real quick to see what the sign says. I think that's what he does. I think he asks the sign and the sign goes like, human brackets. But yeah, that was the show. The show was fine. Not really interested in anything. I'm not gonna really hold you. Like the title matches are the ones that really seem cool. Bobby versus Drew, only because I hope Bobby wins. Brian, when he gets in that triple threat match, that match is gonna be awesome. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley, yes please, yes please. Sasha versus Bianca, give me some of that. We take those. Yeah, I mean Sheamus versus Matt Riddle, that could be good. They put on banger matches. AJ and Omos versus New Day. That would probably be night 1. That would be fine. It's just, man, this WrestleMania, I think it's just because there's no crowd to hype them up for these couple weeks, and they're still, doing a whole bunch of things. It just doesn't feel like WrestleMania week, but hopefully after this year, going into the next year, everything will be better. Everything will be really, really getting back to normal and stuff like that. But I think WrestleMania is still going to be, if nothing else, the matches should still be good. And I guess we'll see what happens. Overall, I'll give the show a C+. There was some decent stuff that they were doing. But most of the stuff we already seen. Bobby, Sheamus, we've seen it already. Asuka Payton was good. Drew versus Hurt Business, like handicap matches. It is what it is. I completely forgot this match was a thing. Nia and Shayna versus Dana Brooke and what's her face, Mandy Rose. I forgot that was even a match. That's crazy that I even just forgot that. Shayna and Nia win. Distractions from Reginald as always. He does his flips, he does his things. Everybody's amazed except for Shayna Baszler. Of course, she's rolling her eyes. She's like, "Oh my God!" Even if she was even in the match for the first couple minutes, she was like, hey, not Nia, tag me. I am your partner. Hello, I am here." So there was a whole bunch of foolishness going on and stuff like that. Where's the Riot Squad? Where's the Riot Squad? But anyways, yeah, C+. That's more than fair. But that was it. What did you guys think of the show? Let me know below. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.